Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jane and today is episode 3 of my hexagon patchwork quilt. So hi and welcome back. Hope everybody is doing okay, and if you just found my channel, hello and welcome, and please subscribe if you'd like to follow along with me. And if you like this video, if you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to give me that thumbs up at the end. Yeah, so I've had a blast. I'm having an absolute blast doing this patchwork. I'm so glad I picked it up after 26 years. I know, ridiculous. If you've just tuned in, this has got to be the longest patchwork quilt in the making, I'm sure. I started it in 2005, I think it was. 2005, no, 95, 2005, 2015, yeah, 95 it was. And for some reason it got not even half done. It got, for some reason anyway, it got put away in the basket and never came out. Well, that day's ended because they're all stitched and I've loved every minute, every night I've picked it up. Some nights I've managed to do 2 flowers, other nights I've only managed to do 1 flower. And if you're wondering what I'm on about, the flowers are basically, that's my flower. Obviously the hexagons, English paper piecing, and you can choose whichever size hexagon you want, and I've chose this size and it creates a cute little flower, 3 rows of 19 hexagons in total. So I have stitched them all up and I've worked out I'm going to do 12 flowers across the bed and 11 flowers like down the bed, so it's like 100. I wrote it down, 139 flowers. And then also I will have like the cream interlink, which I'll show you what I mean on the overhead filming section. I'm going to show you. But yes, I just wanted to really update you. Just got my coffee. So I just wanted to update you because I know a lot of you are really enjoying this little series. I mean, I did joke about it I think the last episode, that we could be on to episode 324 at this rate, but I'm hoping you'll still be there at the end of that. It was funny because I was just saying to my mum this morning, I finished them all last night, and I said to John, oh, it's the last one, be quite sad to not have any more hexagons to stitch at night, but obviously I'm going to have the cream ones. But to actually make the flowers, that was like the last one last night. And then I thought, oh yeah, great. But then when I was walking down to get the newspapers this morning for my dad and John, I just thought, I've got to make a quilt now. And I was like, it just like hit me. I'm actually going to have to make a king size quilt, and it's going to be mega. It's going to be a massive task because it's going to be, well, ginormous to handle. And yeah, then I hopefully want to back it with some batting, and then I've got to back it, and I'm hoping to like hand quilt like in the ditch. I don't know. I was walking down there and I was like overwhelmed, and I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, can I really do this? And then also fathoming out how I'm going to edge it, because obviously the sheer nature of the shape. So if anybody's got any patchwork advice who's done like the hexagon on how the best way around, well, the best way forward of doing that. I mean, I'm a long way off from doing that yet. So as I say, we could be on episode 327 by then. By which time I could be 98 and the quilt's nowhere near going to get on that bed. We shall see. But the rate I'm going, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get it done this year. So yeah, so I'm like really pleased, but also gutted that I haven't got any more to sew. But I will have something to sew. I will have the cream hexagons, which, yeah, it's still sewing, but it's not going to be pretty little flowers because it's just going to be the plain ones. I'll show you the plain ones. These are going to be my interlink ones, so there'll only be them. So it's not as fun tacking them down all. Goodness knows how many I need. I have no idea how many I'm going to need interlink. I've got 139 flowers. So I have no idea. So if anybody knows how to calculate how many I'm going to need, but it's probably going to be a lot. Is it? I have no idea. I haven't got that far, so I'm just going to make an absolute bundle of these. Oh, yeah. I've got 6 meters of this cream fabric. I think it's a Morda quilting cotton in this gorgeous caramel cream. So I'm just going to literally do that night after night after night until I've got like a basket full. Because now my basket's empty, quite sad. I'm going to fill it all up with the cream interlink ones, and I've still got, I mean, I've got quite a bundle. I've done quite a few. There's not enough. There's nowhere near enough. And I've got my paper templates to do it. And loads of paper templates to do the cream ones. And my lovely friend Lynn gave me some as well. She had some. And I believe that's the size I use, that one there. So I've also got them. So that's the plan for the next few weeks. And obviously episode 4, I'll share with you what I get done. But if you've never done English paper piecing, you like a little bit of hand sewing and something that you don't have to concentrate on too hard, I'd highly recommend it. And if you've got like lots of scrap fabrics, I mean, when I started this in 1995, I went to a quilting shop and got, I think it was 12 different fabrics, I believe. I might have even got more than maybe 14 different fabrics. And I got, I think it was a half a metre or a metre of them all, because that's what I wanted to do on that day. So I got all the colours that went together. I didn't like just randomly bring in fabrics. I purposely went and got all these fabrics. So that's why they all go together nicely. So I was really excited on that day. I remember that day, and I was spending quite a bit of money as well, but I'd saved up to get all these fabrics. Yeah, so you know, you can use just fabrics that you've got in your basket. You know, you can use your scraps. You can do like a multi-colour quilt, ideal for scrap fabrics and what have you. And you can obviously see you can go for bigger hexagons, even smaller hexagons. But yeah, it's really, really therapeutic and just so relaxing. And I've looked forward to sitting down on a night and picking it all up. So I was quite sad last night because that was my last flower, but as I say, I've got all the cream ones to do. So I'll take you to the overhead camera because I've been having a little play with the flowers, because obviously I need to get them in some sort of order, and because I don't want like repeats next to each other, and I don't want darks next to each other and 2 pale ones next to each other. So I'll take you to the overhead camera and show you what I've been playing with. So obviously I've got my supervisor in tow there. So yeah, so these are all my flowers that I've got done. I think I've got 139 altogether, and I've calculated them going across the bed and up the bed basically, and I've come up with 132 I need. And these 2 here that I'm pointing at have got the striped fabric in, which I don't like. I don't like the way the stripes, doesn't look right, so I'm going to unpick those stripy bits and replace them with those other hexies there. So I've got 132 flowers I'm going to need to go 12 across the bed and 11 up the bed, which should be more than enough, because I'll also have the cream interlink going in between, so it will make a decent size quilt. So I'm going to have 7 spare because I only need 132. So I can take out anything in this big pile in front of me that doesn't maybe quite go, or I might have a repeat of, I'm not sure yet, and I can reuse them for maybe some cushions on the bed, or I've got an ottoman that needs covering, so those spare ones I take out I should be able to use it for something else, that's for sure. So I'm just drawing there the pillows, so it gives you an idea of we're looking down on the bed, there's the pillows at the top, and 12 across the bed is going to hang over really, really nicely, a really decent size hang over the edge of the bed. It is going to be a really big king size quilt in the end, and I'm just thinking there that I can take these 2 out immediately, don't need to replace them as a matter of urgency, because I can take those 2 out in that 7 spare that I don't need. So I'll just put them to one side. I'm just going to go through and take out the ones that I don't particularly like, or I think that's a random one, I don't know why that one's in there, because that's the only fabric in the rest of all those flowers, so that one can come out. So there's 3 down. I just need to find another 4, so I'll have a little hunt through and see what I can take out. Right, so that's my 7 sorted, so I've took the 7 out, and now I'm just going to arrange the flowers in piles of 12, because I need 12 to go across the bed, and I need 11 piles of 12. So I'm just literally going to have a little play here and try and make the piles up so I don't have any repeats, and I'm hoping each pile will have different variations and combinations, but I'm not quite sure, because there is an awful lot of that flower one, as you can see at the bottom left there, the bottom left flower. There's an awful lot of that fabric, and I've got an awful lot of that mustard one, so we shall see. But I really enjoy playing with these flowers just to see what I could come up with. As you can see, I'm getting towards the end, and if you look at the top of the screen there, you can see there's quite a lot of the flowers with that green floral, and a few left with the mustard. So I'm probably going to have to add a couple of those into the other piles, maybe have the odd extra one with that flower pattern and the mustard one. But I've managed it actually, that there's only the 1 or 2 where I had to double up and have the flower with the mustard and the floral, if you know what I mean. But I didn't do too bad in the end, so I was quite pleased, and I managed to get all the 12 piles, no, all the 11 piles of 12 with a good selection of fabrics, greens and burgundies and lights and darks, so I was quite pleased. So how pretty do they all look, all 11 piles of 12. And now I'm just going to add a bit of scrap paper on the top of each pile, so I can like pile the piles on top of each other and know where one pile starts and another pile ends, if you know what I mean, when I come to sew them all together. So ready to add the cream interlink. So I'll put some out on the desk there and just show you what it's kind of going to look like when the interlink are all laid out, and I think it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love how it's looking. Just gives you an idea there of each flower surrounded by the cream, and then that's how I'm going to start off. The bottom there is going to be the bottom row, so I'm going to have to be careful how I set it out to start with. But if I first of all do a row of the cream and then go from there to the left and work my way along to the left, like you can see, and a little bit of close up there of them, just so pretty. I'm super thrilled, super chuffed with how it's going to be. So what do you think? Although they're boring, I think it's going to look absolutely gorgeous with the cream hexagons interlinking all the way through. It's just the edges, I'm not too sure how to tackle that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my piles. Obviously I've got all my piles now. I'm going to sew the first row of 12 with the cream interlink and then grow it like that. So put the next row of 12 on and then the cream interlink until I get the whole, the whole like shape done, and then worry about how I'm going to edge it. And hopefully loads of you talented ladies out there who've done this before can give me some advice on how the best way with the hexagon shape, how to finish it off. But as I say, I could be 93 by the time I get to that stage, so we'll just take one step at a time. So yeah, so that's update 3. And for those of you who like to follow along, I'm glad you're finding it interesting. And those of you who like to see my dressmaking, there is lots of dressmaking coming, but I've got so much to show and share with you. I don't know what order to do it all in, seriously. So I thought, well, I'll do episode 3. I've got lots of sewing videos and what have you coming as well. So thanks for joining me today. Grab my coffee because it's going to go cold. Thanks for joining me today. I love chatting with you. So yeah, please feel free to let me know what you think in the comments box as well. If you're enjoying this series, be prepared to be with me for the long haul, shall we say. But until the next time, drink my coffee and I shall see you on episode 4. Until then, please take care. Happy sewing.